welcome to Unsightly Opinions. If you're new, my name's Tamara, and today we are going to be talking everything online accessibility. So whether that's your website or your store, we're going to talk about 5 easy things that you can do to maximize the number of people that can access your online content. This video is all thanks to a wonderful subscriber who left a very thoughtful comment a few weeks ago asking how they could improve their online space. I thought it was a fantastic idea for a video, so here we are. I am really passionate about accessibility and universal design, and I thought it's a fantastic thing to try and talk you through 5 simple things that you can do for your website. First, why would you want to improve your accessibility? The biggest reason is you have a potential to increase your customer base by up to 12%. 1 in 8 people globally has a disability, so may have some difficulty accessing information on your site or store. If you improve that, you are not limiting those people from accessing your goods and services. And if you think about it on global terms, that's a huge number of people. Next, it not only improves who can access your website, but it also improves your SEO or search engine ranking. When you have descriptions attached to pictures or other accessible elements, search engines are more easily able to access that information and can better categorize your site to put it in front of the people that need to see it. Next, it's also important because if you are a major corporation or you have a large customer base, not providing accessibility in the US and in many other countries is in fact illegal. You could be faced with a major lawsuit. Last year in the US alone, there were over 2,000 lawsuits filed under the Americans with Disabilities Act because websites were not accessible. So getting ahead of that can be really beneficial to you. It can also improve your mobile experience. If your imagery is not necessarily loading on mobile or it's not lining up correctly, adding those accessibility elements will help mobile users interact with your content better as well. So now let's get into the 5 simple things that you can do to improve your website's accessibility. If you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe, hit those bells and buttons, leave me a like, comment. I'm happy to answer questions you have. And while my main experience is blindness and low vision, I do try and stay up to date with what is accepted in the wider disability community in terms of what is required for cognitive disabilities, learning disabilities, physical disabilities, sensory disabilities beyond vision loss, so that I am providing you with the best information I can to make your website as accessible as possible. While this list is not exhaustive, it will certainly get you on the right track to improve who can access your content. The first thing that you'll want to address on your website is adding alt text. Alt text or alternative text is adding textual labels to any visual information, whether that be buttons or links or visual images like pictures or logos. Providing a physical description of what that is allows individuals with screen readers to access and understand what you're trying to present. While screen readers are slowly getting better at recognizing what images are without descriptions using AI, it is not an ideal experience. When I come across an image that doesn't have a description, usually the best I'll get is an orange logo on brown background or a white logo on black text. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It won't necessarily tell me what I'm looking at. So if your website isn't accessible, if you don't have descriptions of what's there, it's going to make it really difficult for me to access what you're trying to show me. Even a simple description like a brown-haired girl sitting on a park bench is going to be a lot better for me than just image, which is what I would typically get if there was no description. You can include alt text in most website builders by going into the image's advanced settings and clicking on either alt text or alternative text, and you can type in exactly what you would like to be read when that image is presented to someone who is blind or low vision with a screen reader. If you don't know how to add alt text to an image, adding a caption below the image of what is included in the image can also be helpful. If you're not sure how to do that on your web page, you can contact either your web developer or your hosting site, and they can help walk you through how to put that type of information on your page. Number 2, font size and contrast. Whether you have a learning disability or a visual disability, the type of font and the background that you use on that font will either make it easier or harder for someone to read. For individuals who have difficulty interpreting language, whether by vision or by interpretation, it can be very difficult to read text that doesn't have a high contrast level. So what I mean by that is Gray text on a white background is low contrast. Black text on a white background or black text on a cream background is very high contrast. Those are great. Those help people interpret what you have written. Second, using larger sized fonts makes it easier for everyone to access the information on your page. So when you're choosing your text, try and aim for something that is clear read, so not super swirly, not complex. If you are particularly advanced in your web developing skills, adding multiple options for text size and background can improve the experience immensely for people who have both visual or learning disabilities. There is a specific font that I just learned about that you can use, which makes it easier to read for individuals with dyslexia. If I can figure out what that is, I'm going to link it in the description down below. But know that the larger and more defined or bold your text is against its background, the easier it's going to be to read by whoever is accessing your website. Number 3, make sure that you can navigate through your website without using the mouse at all. This isn't just beneficial for people who are blind or low vision using a screen reader, but it is also beneficial for those with motor disabilities who may not be able to access your website using a mouse. If you can tab through your website and hit every single element or link, your website is accessible. If you can't, or it skips over some items, your website is not accessible because whoever is not able to use the mouse won't be able to interact with whatever they can't click on. So if you need to do a quick check, you can always send me an email. I beta test websites all the time, but see if you can just hit the tab button and go through every single link and element on your website. The second thing that you'll want to look into for people who can't use a mouse is using ARIA or ARIA landmarks. ARIA landmarks are generally used with HTML5 to specifically link your content so that it can be navigated more quickly using screen readers and other assistive devices. So what that does is it will provide labels to specific elements on your page. For example, your heading will be one element. Your content will be one element. Your text boxes will be one element. And individuals with screen readers will be able to jump to those elements or headings very quickly without having to go through all of the nonsense on your page to get there. There is nothing more annoying than a website that hasn't been optimized for screen readers where you have to literally tab through 50 links before you can get to the main content on the page. I will also link some information talking about ARIA landmarks in the description down below if you want to look into that more. Number 4, label your links. If you have buttons or links or click here elements on your page, make sure that they are labeled accordingly. They have alt text attached to them so that a screen reader will understand what those links are. It can be incredibly difficult to access different information if links aren't accessible. I can't tell you how many websites I've gone to where I'm tabbing through the different links on the page and all it's telling me is button, 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 button. I can tell you that if I come across a website like that, I am never going to purchase anything from that website because I'm not going to know what I'm clicking on. Again, go into the settings for that link, go into the settings for your buttons, make sure that they have a textual label. If you have a click here element, it might also be something to include a physical button next to it, which is something that a screen reader will locate successfully and easily as a link for the individual with a screen reader to click on. Number 5, caption your video content. If you have any kind of promotional materials or video content on your website, make sure that it has captioning. Captioning provides real-time information of any audible information that is being played on the video player. You can also attach descriptive video. Descriptive video is generally short form information for somebody who is blind or low vision to access the same information visually through auditory means. So, say someone walked into the room and there was no indication that that happened, the audio track would usually say, "A blonde-haired girl walked into the room." That gives you the information to understand contextually what's going on in the video. If you're not sure how to add captions to your video, there are a number of online services that will caption your videos for a small price, or you can go to YouTube and they will do auto captioning for your videos that generally works fairly well. You can also do the captioning yourself and upload the content so it plays in real time with your video. The key to captioning or audio description, whichever or both you choose, is to make sure that it's happening in real time with the video. Because if it isn't lined up, it can make no sense as to what's going on. If something happened 30 seconds ago and now it's getting described, it's not going to make sense contextually for what is actually happening in the video in terms of the sounds that are going on. Same thing goes for the text captions. Make sure that it lines up with the visual elements that are going on in the video. And I know I said it was going to be 5, but I have added a 6th point in here. Try and avoid tables. Tables can be an absolute nightmare with a screen reader. If you want it to be the most accessible it can be, make sure that your tables are using HTML5, but try and avoid them wherever possible, because to navigate a screen reader table, it will read the headings at the top, then it will read it one row at a time, the same way you'd read information in a paragraph. It can be very confusing to try and keep track of things, especially if there's 6 or 7 different columns to that table. So if you can, try and provide a Coles Notes version of the table or a description of what's going on in the table underneath it, or avoid tables altogether. That just about wraps up all of my tips for making your online space accessible. If you have more questions about starting a business with a disability, if you have other questions about what makes an online space accessible, if you want me to test your online space, I am happy to do that. You can leave me your questions and comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe. Leave me your questions and comments. I love video suggestions. It really helps me know what helps you and what you're interested in hearing about. If you want to keep up to date with what's going on in between uploads, I have an accessible Twitch stream Sunday nights, 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, as well as some Tuesdays, and we play all kinds of mainstream video games and talk about the accessibility aspect and just generally have a good hangout with whoever's online. If you want to check out my other social media accounts, those are also linked in the description down below. But that's all for today. Bye for now.